Hey everybody, Kevin Beasley from New Start Realty and Relocation in Surprise, Arizona. Hey, listen guys, I am so stoked right now. I've been a member of the legislative committee at the Arizona Association of Realtors. I had the privilege of serving there, and we was monitoring this bill, HB 2145, and I am so happy right now. For my business, I could just, the public's finally being protected. You know, so many years these scandalous movers have been ripping off good people and taking customers away from, you know, legitimate moving companies and bait and switching them with some of the most scandalous moving practices that I've ever seen. This law, and I want to congratulate the 53rd legislature here in Arizona, and particularly Representative Jeff Winiger. He's on my Facebook page, guys. Give him a shout out if you. He's a good guy. He seems to be forthright. And with Representative Winiger's help, with cooperation with the Arizona Attorney General's office, we finally got a bill passed that's going to protect the public against no good, scandalous, devilish movers. And this law is going to go into effect on September 5th. It has to cease in 90 days after the governor signs it here in Arizona. So I'm going to be posting a copy of this House bill on my website, and under the tab Legal or HB 2145, but you'll find it there. It's going to have its own dedicated tab. So before, you know, when you're using a mover, make sure you have this on hand, because it's going to protect. It could protect you, because about 75% of these moving companies out there are breaking the law and ripping off a lot of people. So I want to go over this new law. It is going to be Section 1, Title 44, and Chapter 11 of the Arizona Revised Statutes, and it's going to be amended by adding Article 2, and Article 2 is to read Household Goods Movers. So it goes on describing, you know, the companies and all that, and who's moving services, blah, blah, blah. And in line 30, it starts the meat and potatoes of this law. And it says, and it addresses the main issues that people get screwed over here. How these moving companies are holding your stuff hostage. You know, that stuff is over with. False advertisements saying like 3 men for $45 an hour. You know that crap is done. You know, these guys can be held accountable big time. Insurance scams. We know about how moving companies scam you with insurance, baiting you, getting you to buy false policies. That stuff is over with. And more importantly, the fees and charging rates must be disclosed accurately. I'm going to read the law as it's going to be in the Arizona Revised Statutes. And it says, starting in line 30, after taking possession of a consumer's household goods, a mover may not refuse to deliver a consumer's household goods or enforce or threaten to enforce a carrier's lien against a consumer's household goods when providing household good moving services for an intrastate local moving company. And so we all know how that works. You know, these guys bait you with all these crappy fees. You think you're going to pay about $300 for a move, and you go to write your check, the guy goes, that'll be $1,000, please. And then you hit the floor. Well, I'm not going to pay that. You know, you say, okay, no problem. We will just take the rest of your goods here and take it into storage. We'll charge you $200 a day, and then we'll charge you, you know, probably $500 to come out and unload it. No problem. Have a good day. Well, that is over, and I'm really stoked to hear that. Line 35B. Any advertisement or representation by a household goods mover relating to insurance must accurately disclose the extent to which that insurance will cover loss or damage to any household goods being moved. Now, we know that the American Moving and Storage Association recommends that any legitimate moving company at least provide standard valuation at no cost, which standard valuation isn't a lot, guys. It's 60 cents a pound per item. So, no more will they bait that around it, where they have a $500 deductible and all that stuff, and then not even have it, a policy. So, so you're going to have to disclose, and we're a member of movinginsurance.com. They're good. And Baker International for long distance moves, legitimate moving companies that you want to insure. It's not cheap, but it's real. So that's another way they've been deceiving the public. An act or practice in violation of this article constitutes an unlawful practice under Section 44-15-22. The Attorney General may investigate and take appropriate action as prescribed by Chapter 10, Article 7 of this Title 11, in addition to being subject to the enforcement and penalty from provisions in Chapter 10, Article 7 of this title. A household goods mover that violates this article is subject to any other civil or criminal action, remedy, and penalty provided by the law. So before, guys, it was like the cops are called. It's like, oh, sorry, this is a civil suit. We can't get involved. Well, that's over. You know, it's theft, embezzlement, all kinds of criminal charges can now be applied as the officer sees fit to do so, as it may apply. And civil penalties. I just looked this up. I cross-referenced that, and the civil penalties for this, it can be up to $10,000. $10,000 can be imposed against the mover for these scandalous behaviors. So if it takes them to court. So you know what, guys? Good job to everybody. I'm so glad to see this. And like I said, a copy of this will be posted on my website. Now, this law doesn't go into effect until September 5th of 2017. So, you know, you're kind of up against it till then. But in the future, if you're planning a future move, please know your rights in this. If you have any questions, give me a call. I love talking shop with anybody regarding the real estate and moving industry. You can reach me at 602-920-2201, and be sure to check us out on the web at newstartrealty.com. Everybody, have a wonderful day, and peace, my friends.